Healthy living depends to a large extent on air quality. The Environmental Protection Agency, or the EPA, regulates 6 criteria pollutants, including one category of pollutants called particulate matter. Particulate matter consists of extremely fine particles and liquid droplets of diameter 10 microns or less. Air pollution stemming from particulate matter with diameter 2.5 microns or less is particularly dangerous because at that size they can easily travel deep into the respiratory tract, reach the lungs, cause irritations, and then they can even make their way into the bloodstream. In addition to generating public health concerns, PM 2.5 plays a role in climate change. Soot from anthropogenic sources, say vehicular traffic or power plants, is a major constituent of PM 2.5. And according to a study published in the Journal of Geophysical Research, soot is the second most important forcing factor in climate change after CO2. One common indicator of poor air quality is the presence of odors. Odors aren't just unpleasant, they can have negative health effects or even aggravate existing medical conditions for people. The work we've been doing has been geared towards addressing 2 issues. First, developing models to describe the spread of airborne contaminants, specifically ammonia, hydrogen sulfide, and soot, also commonly referred to as black carbon. And second, laying the foundation for developing an integrated framework to connect molecular scale processes with atmospheric scale pollutant dispersion, which is important for understanding the physiochemical evolution of the pollutants in the atmosphere. I've been working with Airborne, which is a steady-state plume model that incorporates the effects of planetary boundary layer turbulence to model pollutant dispersion. Airborne requires preprocessed meteorological and terrain data generated from these programs in order to run successfully. Airborne lets you specify source parameter details. For example, you can specify the diameter or density of pollutant particles, and then Airborne will calculate the average concentration of the pollutant or pollutants at different locations over a specified averaging time period, which is useful for parametric studies because it can help us determine what factors affect the propagation of gases and particulate matter in the atmosphere, as well as the relative importance of these factors. To establish the connection between molecular scale processes and atmospheric pollutant dispersion, we started by collecting some data. We use a portable ethylometer to measure the concentration of black carbon at different locations. We're trying to see what other information can be extracted from the device as well. We'd like to be able to observe the microstructure of the soot samples collected with it. We're currently working on modeling the dispersion of the pollutants from local vehicular traffic, and we're also collecting data to validate the models. In the future, we would like to take our black carbon samples to a transmission electron microscope so we can get a good look at the microstructure of the soot.